talk about something that always concerns everybody. The greatest short of 2022. Now, listen, being a good trader, you have to understand that there's going to be opportunities. There are going to be rallies. There's going to be crashes. And I've been through so many of them my entire life. But I want to go over a couple of things to kind of get you prepared, because some of you here, we're always worried about our IRAs. We're worried about some of the option plays we make. But you got to know how to trade today's markets, because that's where it comes down to it. Now, before we do that, just a quick little warning result for everybody that, listen, training varies from student to student. I'm not going to make any guarantees or promises going to happen. This is just suggestions. And once again, profits are no guarantee for future results. So please trade wisely. All right. Now, like everybody else, I'd like to always thank everybody. Good morning, cyber traders. Now, why we call us cyber traders? Because we're on the internet. We're all in the cyber market. So that's where I kind of came up with the name cyber trading. And I want to hopefully make all of you a cyber trader also. Now, just kind of go over a couple of things, what I've learned over the past. My research team has discovered that we might be in the brink of a next major short squeeze. So how does that tell us? Well, it could reveal or even surpass the massive squeeze of 2021, when stocks like GameStop, AMC, KOSS jump by 30 times or more. During that time, in like today's session, I will give you all the tools you will need to take advantage of that short squeeze. Now, please keep in mind, the short squeeze is that, for some of you do not know what that terminology means, that people are short stocks. And then if there is a rally, these people need to cover their shorts. And we've seen that happen just on when the announcement came out with the CPI numbers, when the inflation numbers dropped almost a point. Now, because the decisions are just right once again, we need to be prepared for that. And we've seen how the market drops from 16,000 down to 11,000, and you definitely want to be part of that. So heavy short stocks like Shopify, Carvana, APPS, and more could all shoot higher. And in the next hour, I will show you the only market force that you will need to know to help take advantage of this is the massive swings. Just like we recommended in recent weeks, trades like this. Look what happened to Shopify. Shopify had a massive run. You could see it right here. Stock was up in the $100 price range. Look how the stock came all the way down. And look what happened just in the last couple of days. Ran from $31 to $41, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, cyber traders. Carvana, it was a $350 stock, okay? It went down to the single digits, down to $7. Look where it is now. The stock is at 12. Actually, it even went higher than that. Let me just bring up Carvana right now. I know it went up higher than that. Yep. Went to a high, right around $12. It went right around $12. You can see it right here. Let's bring up an intraday chart. You can see Carvana. So that's another one. APPS, this stock was $100. It was all the way down to 11. It was down 90% in value. Look where it is. It ran from 11 in 3 days. Talk about a short squeeze. Thing went up to $20. So there are so many opportunities out there to make money. But when you're starting to watching TV and you're hearing about, look what happened to with Bitcoin, about that 30-year-old billionaire embezzled all that money. Company went bankrupt, lost everything. You know, the only difference between that and this is there is no short squeeze in that. You can't short those stocks because they're not regulated, but these, they are. And you know what? They will come back. You just got to know when to time it right. So let me introduce myself. For some of you who don't know who I am. My name is Fausto Pugliese, president and founder of Cyber Trade University. Now, I started this company over 30 years. I've been featured in some of the biggest financial institutions. I'm a regular guest at NASDAQ, educating you exactly how to trade on something that I called NASDAQ Book Viewer, level 3, level 4. I was actually just on this Friday with them. You could actually watch it on YouTube or watch our channel. But the reason why these institutions want you there is because if you know what you're doing, you could do this for the rest of your life. We know how important it is you work so hard to save money for your IRAs, for your Roths, or just want to make a career of it. But you got to know how to play the game. And the game is you have to know where to buy and where to sell. And what that means, you need to follow the money. So that's how I built my success. But I am here today is because I am looking for traders I could train to be part of my team. Okay. That is my ultimate goal today. So I'm not here to sell you the next, gazillion-dollar training course. I'm not here to tell you why. I'm not here to show you statistics. I'm not here to brag about my, my trade run and this and that. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. It's about you. If you could think for yourself, your goal, the reason why you're here and the reason why you attend these webinars is you're here to interview us to say, okay, could this guy really show me how to play the game properly? Because you probably did it with someone else. And if you're here, that means you still didn't find the right person. Well, thank you very much, W. So today I'm going to tell you the one force is and how you can be a #1 trading signal during these potential squeezes. So question is, how do we find these stocks before they move? Well, let me tell you what my crystal ball is, because that's what everyone cares about. You all have the crystal ball. I just work off my big percentage gainers and losers list. You see, it's funny. I was on Friday, Jill Marin-Jones from NASDAQ, and I was showing her a stock, how it went up literally like, I don't know, like 30, 40%. And she always gets a kick out of it. She goes, Fausto, I never heard of this stock company, but for some reason, you like to focus on inexpensive stocks that have good volatility because that's how we risk less to make more. Now, the question you got to look at these is that there are a lot of stocks that are moving over the course of the day. You just got to figure out, which is what we teach you, is which ones are going to have very good spreads, which ones have big potential dominating buyers and sellers in it, because you can't trade them all, but you only need one, and that's it. And believe me, you could see there are a lot of them out there, but you got to have the right game plan. And having that game plan, you could see just like Roblox, how stock goes from $33 and it goes to $34.40 in less than 30 minutes. Now, where is the support and resistance in Roblox? Well, when you look at a stock like this, it's mostly maybe bouncing off maybe support level or resistance level. But the right answer is this. It's about where's the big money? Where are they getting in? Where are they getting out? So what I want to talk about right now is I need your 110% total attention right now, because what I'm about to teach you is going to be very, very disturbing. You know, and I know, and the street knows, the way these things go up and go down is following the big money. Everybody likes to talk about, the newsletter. Everybody likes to talk about, this guy's got great percentage statistics. He looks great on camera. He sounds very sophisticated. He must know what he does. Ooh, he's got to bounce around that he graduated from Harvard, okay, or Yale, or some Ivy League school, so he must know what he's doing. It does not work that way, okay? Some of the biggest traders, hate to say it, didn't even go to college, okay? They were young, they were ambitious, they got into trading, and, they just knew how to play the game. And that's what I'm going to teach you right now. So let me talk about what we got right here, because what you're about to see right now is I want to talk about how you get data. What do I mean by data? It's basically knowing to kind of get a quote on a specific stock. So let me get my crayons out here so everybody can follow along. All right, hold on. There we go. There we go. It's my spot. Okay, there's my little dot so you guys can follow along. So here's level 2. Now, level 2, basically, all it tells you is who the buyers are, who the sellers are, and, and what that stock is trading at that exchange. So you got the NASDAQ. You have, here's the NASDAQ right here, NASDAQ Book Viewer, which is this. And then you have something called level 4, where we aggregate all the orders out there around the entire world. So I'm going to focus on the 2 most important windows, NASDAQ Book Viewer and level 4. Okay, that's really what we're going to cover. So let me change the slide right here and show you what happened. So getting back to level 2, you see level 2 only shows you a fraction of the data out there. Got to remember, when you buy a stock, okay, you want to know what the stock's trading at. That's the first thing you look at, right? Well, the question you have to ask yourself is, okay, who's buying it, right? Where did that number come from? Like, like, you ever think about this for a second? That's a stupid question, but it's like, you see a price of something that's trading. Where did that price come from? Who made up that price? And why is it change? And why does it change so fast? And why does it go down so fast? And, you know, why does it do what it does? Well, level 2 came out and it's basically outdated because, you know, obviously it's free, it doesn't cost anything. But it basically just tells you who the buyer, you know, who's buying it, at what price, and how many shares. Who's selling it, at what price, and how many shares. Everything there is multiplied by 100. The problem with level 2 is this. Now listen to me carefully. There's the New York Stock Exchange. There's a NASDAQ exchange. There are something called ECNs that are called exchanges like BZXX and EDGX. Those are exchanges. There are multiple exchanges around the world. So it's kind of showing you what that stock is trading at that exchange. Now, the problem with this is it's only showing you the best price at that exchange. So basically, you don't know what the other stock is trading at, you know, at all the other exchange, at all the different prices. So I'm going to hop over here to something called NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, before I do that, I just want to do a quick poll. All right. And my poll question is this. Does anyone here have NASDAQ Book Viewer? I'm just going to do a quick poll right here. So I'm going to just give you guys, Glenn, well, we know Glenn, you have level 4. And everybody in here, just put it in that poll question because I want to share it with you so everybody could see exactly where everybody fits into this. All right, let's give you another minute. Maybe another couple of seconds. Listen, don't be embarrassed. Bob, Danny, Michael, Stephanie, don't be shy. I see you didn't answer it, okay? I don't want to call you out by name, but let me tell you something. If you can't answer this question, you should not be trading, okay? It's a very simple question. Do you have NASDAQ Book Viewer? That's all I'm asking. Nobody's going to rat you out. Nobody's going to tell your spouse that you're here and don't know what you're doing when you're trading their money, okay? Because you know that, believe me, I know that's the case for some of you here. But I'm going to share that result. Now, look how big this number is. Now, I got one other question I want to ask everybody here, okay? So please put this in the chat. How much smarter and better trading decisions would you make if I could show you right now where 70% of the buyers and sellers are in a stock that you're trading right this moment in time? Think about this for a second. Who do you think is more smarter? You? Or it's 70% of where the orders are. Now, what is that worth to you? Priceless, Mike, good. Okay, anybody else? You know, order prevail, Ray, okay. Anybody else? It's worth in gold. Frazia, okay. Would you pay $9 for that? Because when I started, I had to pay $1,000, and I'm talking 30 years ago. Would you pay $9 for that data to know where 70% of where the buyers and sellers are? Definitely. Okay. All right. Good. Then you know what? You're in the right place, because if you don't, without wasting your time, you should probably leave right now. Okay. Because let me tell you something right now, traders. Nothing is free in this world. Okay. If you think you're going to go out and get into a business that pays 6 figures, you can't do it for free. There is no such thing of free lunches, okay? I heard of it. I've seen it. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing. Someone is paying for that dinner, or paying for that lunch. Same thing with trading. Don't think you could trade today's market and think like, oh, but they give me free data. They give me free this and free that. Really? Really? How did they make money? what you need to ask these people, how do you guys make money? I'm just curious, how do you make money? And when you find out what they make money, you're going to be like, huh, I guess I'm not doing business with you anymore. So let me move on. I want to waste anyone's too much time here, but I want to get to the meat and potatoes. What you're seeing right here is that you're seeing every single order. We're watching a stock called CLNE, which doesn't matter what it is. But what you're seeing here is you're seeing every order out there at every price and how many shares. And you'll see that there are 600 shares, 300 shares, 1,000 shares, 110,000 shares. Okay, these are real live orders that are being traded right now. Now, once again, the first thing that comes to your attention is that there's a 110,000 share buyer out there. And if there's anybody I want to pay attention to, it's not going to be you, Mary. It's not going to be you, Lance. It's not going to be you, Michael. Okay, it's going to be the guy that's going to buy 110,000 shares out there. And I know you and I probably going to think the same thing. So with that said, let's move on and talk about where we're at. Let me show you how this thing works. Here's a stock, TDOC. It's trading at $27.40. Right out of the gate, the stock goes down and it drops all the way down to roughly around $26. And for about an hour, it kind of stayed there. Did not want to break it. Now, why did it not go lower than $26? Why didn't it stop at like 27? Why didn't it go down to 25 like maybe my Bollinger Band said? Why didn't it go, why didn't it go to 0? There's only one reason why. It's because there is a 120,000 share buyer right here. See it right there? That's the reason why, and this is the reason why it stopped there. Not because I said so, not because somebody on TV said so, not because the president said so, not because this is the next thing since sliced bread said so. It's because there are a lot of orders out there, 300,000, 1, 25. They're all mean 0 compared to that 1.2 million share buyer. Well, listen, regardless about, first of all, about those indicators that you brought up, okay? Do you know who those people are? They're mathematicians. Do you want to learn from a mathematician or you want to learn from a trader? Okay? Listen, I live here in New York. I've been here. I lived my whole life. First generation Italian. My dad told me, came with $20 in his pocket, him and my mom, and they said, listen, this is a country of opportunity. We feel you're going to be a lot more successful, start a family here. But to be successful, you have to surround yourself with successful people. And if you like something of any industry, and I know some of you here, have basically feel the same and maybe pass that to your children or your grandchildren, whatever it may be, and you know that the way you built your success is you stay away from unsuccessful people, right? And you definitely don't want to be the smartest person in a room. Exactly. Okay. You want to surround yourself with smart people. You don't want to be the richest person in town. You just want to be, comfortable, right? Because there's no room to grow. That's what trading is all about. So if you think you know more than that 1.2 million share buyer, guess what? You're in the wrong business. Now, let's look at something else here. Look how this stock right here went from $5.60 all the way to $6, came right back down to $5.70. Now, why did it stop and hit that resistance levels at $6? It's very simple. It's because this was built on this 250,000 share seller. That's the reason why. So when a stock goes up, what prevents it from going higher? Sellers, not resistance. Resistance levels do not exist unless those sellers are there to confirm it. So as much as you're going looking in the past and looking for resistance levels, it's irrelevant. It does not work unless those sellers are in the future. So now think about it. What am I teaching you? I'm teaching you the future. I'm teaching you that, let's call crystal ball, which I don't like to use that word, okay? But everyone's like, oh, what's my crystal ball? Listen, I'm not, the only crystal ball I have is the data that's out there to show it to me. Now, my question to you is this. Did I lose anybody yet? Did I lose anybody? yeah, a lot of people do talk about gurus, okay? But at the end of the day, let me tell you, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones out there, and there's some of them just whatever. There's like in any business, you go to the car dealer, you want to buy a car. They're all a bunch of liars and thieves, right? But some of them good, some of them bad. Listen, your boss, same thing. Whatever, they're everywhere. Politicians, some are good, some are bad, some are thieves, some are not. You just got to know how to play the game. That's it. And you know what? If you knew how to play the game because you like the game, it pays a lot of money. That's all it comes down to it. So everybody's following along? Good. Now, you see what we basically are learning just for the short period of time that you're here. Now, imagine this. Imagine if I could invite every single one of you in my trading room and to watch this live for one whole week, because that's what my goal is. Listen, anybody could make a really nice PowerPoint and always make it sound a lot better to make them look good, but we don't, we practice what we preach. So, but I don't know if you're still convinced yet. Okay, so I still got a lot more to go. I want to show you a little bit more. So let's talk about the stock Lyft, Lyft. Let's look at this example right here. Lyft is dropping, right? We need to identify a potential support. Now, where would be support on Lyft? Where do you think support level is on Lyft? Yeah. Well, as a day trader, which is what I am, I like to day trade, do some swing trading and some options, but in day trading, indicators do not work. Point blank. Okay? Just because by the time that data kicks in, it's usually too late. But let's get back to this, everybody. Look at this question. Is this stock going up or down? Hey, actually, you know what? I'm going to do a poll. How about this? I like doing polls. Everybody click the poll. Up or down? I mean, it's a stupid question, but sometimes you need to see the stupid question to make sure you don't make a stupid decision, okay? Now, where is support levels? When you look at a chart, you're like, well, I got to go back in history. Maybe let me slap in my Fibonacci, whatever it is. Okay, well, how about this? Let's just go right to the exchange. Think about this for a second. You have a seat on the exchange. Let's look at Lyft. Let's go to NASDAQ exchange. If you notice, there are a lot of buyers out there, right? From 1124 all the way down to 1096. And the one that stands out is the 64,000 share buyer out here at $11. And there are 305 orders. By the time you add that up, make up that 64,000. So they're all aggregated into one order. Okay, 300 orders, 64,000. So who do you think you're going to want? Where do you think support levels are going to be? Because when you get around 11, 10, right there, look, 11, right? Look what happened. It hit 11 and it went right up to 12. From 10:30 to 12:30. In 2 hours, that stock bounced $1. $1 on 1,000 shares is $1,000. That's about $250,000 salary. Now, you tell me here, some of you, I know maybe some of you make this, but who doesn't want to make that? Okay, and are you making that now? Now, because there are buyers out there and there are sellers out there. The question is, where are they buying it and where they're selling it? Let's go check out eBay. Without looking at a chart or anything else, where's resistance levels? Well, listen, the resistance levels on the sell side, I'm looking for big sellers, and I notice there's a 56,000 share seller at $40.56. Okay, no problem. Without looking at a Fibonacci, a MACD, a CSI, an RSI, I can go down the list because there are thousands of them out there. I could tell you from looking at this chart, without knowing that order's out there, I'm projecting the stock's going higher. Okay, because that's what the chart tells me. The trend is up. It's on a big move. The Dow is up. Trend's going up. I love eBay. I trade on it. Whatever. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But what it doesn't tell you is that seller was out there. And if you were not prepared, guess what? You went from $40.25, 50 cents, all the way down to $39. Sorry, that's topped out at not 25, but at 50, right around there. And by not knowing and having that game plan, you just threw away a winner and made it into a loser. Now, how many of you here have done that before and used to get so ticked off? They're like, I don't understand. I feel like people are watching me. Well, I got news for you. Nobody's watching you. The problem is you are not watching them because you're doing things more complicated than what it really is. Now, here at Cyber Trade University, we came up with this word. I call it iceberg orders. And the reason why I got that is about the movie, The Titanic. We know a sad story, but it's not what's on top of the water. It's on the bottom of the water. And we all know it's common sense, and especially after watching what happened to the Titanic, we want to stay far, far away from an iceberg, because if you hit one of those, it didn't work too well for the people who lived on a Titanic, and you don't want to do that to your account. Well, I don't know about that, but I hear somebody just put in a chat. It goes, everyone had 95% of us have killed at least one account. Well, listen, you don't want to fund an account. If you funded it, you obviously did blow it up. Yeah. But the question is, that's probably why you're here. You're here because you obviously are making mistakes and you're trying to fix it. And that's why I love what I do. I have a passion to teach all of you to do it the right way. And the right way is not the free way. The right way is not trying to figure it out on your own, okay? The right way is to learn from people that have a good reputation, that are very well known, and that are going to show it to you live in the market, which is what I'm going to do in just a few more moments. But I don't know if I fully convinced all of you yet, okay? I don't know if some of you are still convinced. So what I want to show you now is something called level 4. Now, have any of you ever heard of level 4? Anyone have heard of level 4? No? No? Come on, everyone. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Don't be embarrassed. If you don't talk, you never learn. You know what I'm saying? If you went to a job interview and they get an interview, are you just going to sit there like a deer in the headlights? You need to sell yourself. You got to make sure you explain it. And there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's okay that you're here. It's okay that you lost money. Okay? As long as you don't do it again. Listen, how many of you have ever been in a car accident? Okay? Or know somebody who was in a car accident? What is the probability of chance that that person will never get in a car ever again? It's not 100%, but it's not 0. Probably maybe 1%. Some people have really got nervous. But 99% of you are not going to say, you know what, it's not going to stop me from jumping in a car again. But these are things you got to be prepared. You got to know how to not to get into another accident. So losing is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, as long as you don't do it again. So my goal is here to prevent you to be part of the same person that keeps getting into that accident over and over and over and over again. Because we all know, keep getting in an accident, it's not just about replacing the car. Eventually, the insurance company is not going to cover you anymore. Okay? And when it comes in trading, eventually you're going to blow up your account and you're not going to be able to do this again. And you know you want to do this. So let's get right to level 4, because this right here is the most exciting part, what I'm very excited about. Level 4 is going to aggregate more and more trades. So let's go back to Carvana. All right. Carvana, you could see right here, had a very, very nice trend. Went from $8 up to $10. Now you'll notice right up here, you have a 36,000 share iceberg order out there. Now, if you guys like charts, here's level 3 on the right. Now on the level 4, you're seeing it on a heat map. And not only that, but now you're starting to see it with how long he's been out there. You're going to start seeing if he's getting executed. And the best part of it is you're just not watching one exchange. This is going to incorporate all the other exchanges out there. Because when we look at NASDAQ Book Viewer, we're only looking at the NASDAQ. But what about the New York Stock Exchange? What about the CBOE? What about those other exchanges? So that's the benefit of level 4. And you know what? If you didn't know it and see them out there, look what ended up happening. The stock hit $10, end up coming back down, and you'll notice, boom, 56,000 share buyer shows up. So, and then when it hit that 56,000 share buyer, you see there's no sellers out there, no big red lines. Stock goes from 930, boom, all the way back up to 1050. Just by following the heat, just by following the orders, seeing when they come in and coming out. Mary has a very good question. How much is level 4 cost? Mary, it's going to cost you $9. Okay? Could you afford $9, Mary? Could you afford $9? Mike, could you afford $9? Chuck, could you afford it? Well, we know you, Chuck. You're okay. Saying you can't, good. So then don't worry about it. You're in the right place. If you can't afford $9, then you should quit already. Okay? Because I'm not the right person for you. Now, let's go back to Bed Bath & Beyond. Here's a stock, has a nice little trend, big resistance. See these big red lines? You see what's happening in pre-market? And then all of a sudden, you'll see the stock keep breaking the resistance levels. Now, you ever been in a situation where you know there's resistance and you're like, oh, this resistance should go down, and then it breaks that resistance? Well, did you see those orders out there? Did you see those orders getting executed? Are you using time in sales? Chances aren't. And by not knowing that, look what happened to this stock when we started all the way back down from $14. And then boom, look at these resistance, kept executing. And then when it breaks that resistance, look at it, it goes up to 15, 16. This is what trading is all about. And what you need to do is just follow those orders. That's all you need to do. Follow those orders, and that will make you a better trader. Now, we have a chance to do exactly the same thing when it comes to trading the stock market, because the short squeeze is going to happen. Okay. And by the way, it's not like a crash, everything takes off. There are short squeezes on every specific stock. You saw what happened on the meme stocks. Everyone watched the Wall Street bet stocks like AMC, GameStop, all those. I mean, Bed Bath & Beyond had a short squeeze. You just got to be able to know that there's one in every stock out there. So the opportunity is right now, and you want to help yourself and take advantage of it. You got to be able to follow the orders and see what's going on. Stop sitting there and pretending and reading articles and go on Yahoo Finance and listen to these people on TV, because remember, they have an agenda. How many of you here believe your politicians? Okay. Yeah, I mean, listen, do they tell the truth? Yeah. I don't know about 100% of the time. I don't know about 50% of the time. I don't even know 10%. I hope they're right, but sometimes they're not. Trading is no different. Because the reason why I'm bringing up politics is because we just had an election, and I did a whole class on that to, where there was an opportunity to make a lot of money on it. No matter if your team won or lost, there was great opportunities for all of us to trade that market. Now, how can we learn more? I think that's the big issue. Well, what I want everybody to do here is I want you to join my trading room. That's what I want you to do. I want to give you the opportunity to see people that we've trained just like you, the Litas, the Grants, the Mikes, the Bettys, and the Rogers, people all over the world, and see if they're making money doing it. You see, that's everybody's issue. It's not about me. It's not about my instructors. Okay, it's about, can we teach you how to think for yourself so you could eventually teach other people, but also have a fighting chance to do something that you love doing. Because even when you lose money, you still love what you do. But one of the issues you all have to kind of encounter is that you got to get past the psychology part of it. You got to get past the fear. You got to learn how to be aggressive. And the only way you're going to know how to be aggressive, it's like driving a car. You see a stop sign. What do? You stop. You see a green light. What do? You go. Okay? I mean, it's like common sense driving a car. You see a big red line on the chart and see a big iceberg order. What do? You sell. You see a big buyer on the bid. What do? You buy. I mean, is it that complicated? But everybody is so focused on the past, they don't realize it's what's going on in the future. So everybody here is going to have the opportunity to jump in my trading room, okay? And this is the original trading room. I started Cyber Trading University over 30 years ago. You're seeing chat rooms all the time now coming up, right? Well, believe it or not, I'm the first one that started. So this is the original chat room, like the original cheesecake, the original hamburger, the original wings, in Buffalo Wings. It was an Anchor Bar in Buffalo. This is going to be the original one, and you're going to see it, how we train people. And the big thing that you're going to see is that we don't teach everybody, okay? But you're going to go in there, you're going to realize if trading's for you or not. Everyone here. And not only that, but you're going to be able to access on your phone, you're going to be able to access on your computer, wherever you are, because we take trading very, very seriously. Now, we do live auto commentary here. We start at 9 a.m. and we run up to 10:30. Okay, so we have live audio. Okay, and then we come back in the afternoon and we trade from 2:30 to 4 o'clock. And the reason why we do these two times with listen, we're open all day. The trading room's up all day long, but I can't talk all day. And there's really nothing going on as much as volatility goes other than the first hour and the last hour. Okay. Not only that, but we do live traders talk. We have live events that we do all day. We bring great guests, great gurus in all the time, so you get to learn from them. So the goal is the faster we could teach you, the faster you learn, the faster you know it's for you or not, and then hopefully you make a great career out of it. Now, this is all it's going to cost you for 1 week. $9. That's it. $9 stinking dollars. So listen, if you can't afford $9, I'm not the right guy for you. I am looking for serious traders that I could teach this style to you. So eventually, if it works, we could trade together and make money together. Okay. But I don't know who you are, where you came from, what your name is. I know I got some guy in W and BY, whatever it is. You wouldn't want to be in a place where you don't know who they are and you want to know who they are. So we are a community. We're a team. Okay. We don't hide behind, a black box or anything else. But I'm looking for serious traders, and it's all for $9. I'm going to teach you how to pre-market trade, after-market trade. I'm going to teach you level 3, level 4, and the most importantly, I'm going to teach you how to find stocks, what makes them more volatile than others, and to be prepared of that short squeeze. Now, these are a couple of things that you're going to get. You're going to get 1 week access into the trading room, okay? We're there from 7:45 to 5 o'clock. You are also going to get 3 pro workshops, okay? Now, just this alone, we were selling up at $297. It includes, how to trade with level 3, level 4. So you're going to see a quick little workshop, so it kind of gets you to speed. Remember, I only have a short amount of time right here, and I know that some of you here are just here browsing, but if you're serious, you're going to get these workshops, and you can apply it with any brokerage firm or anything out there. Not only that, but we have a whole Traders Talk Q&A. We're going to give you access to hundreds of hours of strategies out there. That alone, I'm going to throw that in there. Listen, what is my goal? I want to make sure you're making the right decision. So I'd rather, if you want to be, get a bunch of education like a fire hose, we'll give it to you. I don't think you're going to watch them all, but it's there for your taking. I am also going to give you my book, okay? You can go to Amazon, you could buy it for $47, or you can get it for free for $9, okay? Listen, it's a fast read. It's how to beat market makers in our own game. It's been published by Wiley, one of the most prestigious, well-known publishers. They came up to me, says, Fausto, we need you to write a book. We need something on day trading. We don't have it. There hasn't been one written in over 20 years. Here's your opportunity to get it for free. Now, $9, 1 week, that's it. Now, a couple of questions that come across here, okay, I want to answer. This is so funny. I just got it, and I'm reading. You're reading it this week? Okay, good. I'm glad you enjoy it. Listen, it's a fast read. You're probably finishing within like 2-3 hours, maybe even faster, depending on how fast you are, but you're probably going to read it again. And it kind of gets into, the nitty-gritty of it. But it's not just about the book, because listen, I'm not a fan of books because they don't talk back to you. But when you start seeing it, A pitch is worth 1,000 words, and when you start hearing it, it's worth 1,000,000 words. Now, let's take some questions that I did get. How much money do I need to get started? $9. That's it. You do not need anything more than that. All right. We don't want you to go out there and think you got to open up a brokerage account or trading. All you need is $9 because you're going to make a decision that you're going to want to change your life. You might want to have been doing this for a career. Maybe you haven't found the right person. Here's your opportunity to get started. Now, do you need a brokerage account to get started? No, you don't. We do not want you to trade. We want you to watch our traders and see how they think for themselves and how they work together as a team, because that's what you need to be successful. You can't be sitting there by yourself, thinking out, and you have nobody there that has your back. All right. That's how you get yourself in trouble. Now, where do I get level 3 and level 4? I hate to tell you this. I'm not telling you where to get it. You can go out there and do your research, find it yourself, but you will make more damage if you go out there and do it on yourself. Pay the $9. Let me show you in the trading room, and I'll show you where to get it. Okay. And that's where it starts. Now, there's a lot of questions coming up here. I want to read them off, but before I do that, we're getting a lot of you register right now. So as you're registering, something very important I ask all of you, there's a questionnaire. Please let us know a little bit about you, okay? Because every one of you are going to have access to talk to my staff, and they're going to do a walkthrough, and they're going to get you in the trading room, and they're going to show you what to expect. Because we don't want you to, you ever go to a gym, you get a membership, all right, you pay whatever your fee is, and okay, go ahead and walk around. You're like, okay, where do I go? Where do I start? Do I touch this? And you kind of lose interest. You're like, oh, and you hurt yourself or whatever. We believe in customer service, so we're going to walk you through and go into great detail about it. We have workshops on that alone too that you have to be in there to understand, because we want you to have the best experience as possible. Listen, there's a reason why CTU has got a 5-star rating on Google, and we got a AAA rating at the Better Business Bureau, and we're endorsed by every brokerage firm in the industry. I don't think anybody could ever, any guru could kind of has a reputation like that. Now, just a couple of people. I want to do a couple of shout outs. I want to answer some of your questions. Who do we got here? Gordon just got your registration. LaPree just got your registration. Jennifer got your registration. Welcome aboard. Ray Schlager got your registration. Welcome aboard. Now a couple of questions coming across here. I don't want to miss out on some of them here. Funny, okay, I got that. Mike, brother, I love when I was saying, can you please call after the Zoom conference? I'm in Canada, Toronto, please. Oh, well, Michael, listen. When you register, Michael, you'll have access to an education advisor. It's going to be on your portal page. Just make sure you go out there and, and they'll be able to walk you through that. And there's your number for them. Okay. Bruce, when the cost of the tools needed to do this as we go forward, such as book viewer. Now, Bruce, listen, there are fees. Okay. Brokerage firms don't work for free. I did an event on NASDAQ. You can watch on YouTube. They have it on their Twitter feed. And I did something called direct access. And I showed what it was like to do a real live trade. And people were like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I've never seen that before. When you start showing people the difference between a traditional broker, an online broker, and a direct access, whatever the cost is, you'd be like, now I know how these brokerage firms make money. Now I know how they trade against me. Now I know, you start realizing, listen, I'll use a metaphor. There's nothing wrong about public transportation, unless you live here in New York, because the subways are not safe anymore. All right. But you know what? Maybe you want to drive your own car, because you understand, you get it. You know what? The trains are not safe. People are getting pushed off the tracks. You see it on TV. People are dying because of it. Okay. Then you got people that are denying it. Okay. Oh, it's not that bad. Whatever. Listen, and I know when you see the facts out there, you'd be like, you know what? Maybe I want to drive my own car. But then people but doesn't it cost money? Doesn't it cost a lot of money to get your car insurance? Listen, everything has a cost. You want to drive on a free train, or do you want to drive on something with your safety? And that's what it's about. Or you can hope that there's guardian angels out there. Yes, absolutely. Now, once again, everyone, it's $9. $9. I'm not seeing as many registrations coming in here. Ann, what about you? Craig, Debbie, Gus, Mel. Don't you want to know? Listen, what I told you before. I've showed you. You said that if I could show you where 70% of buyers and sellers are, how much smarter and better trading decisions you will make. Well, guess what? It's $9. It's all. You know what? And let me tell you. And don't worry about like, oh, what happens after? Come get people asking me, what about after the week? What happens after that? Don't worry. We're not going to charge you anything. We're not going to hit you up and tell you, oh, you know what? You got to pay more money, whatever it is. Don't worry about it. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Sandy, I got your registration. Welcome aboard. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Gordon got your registration. Bill got your registration. Welcome aboard. Listen, I'm gonna do a bonus. I'm gonna throw something in there just because I'm gonna do people a favor. If you're not happy after a week, I'll give you $9 back. Listen, I don't need the $9. Okay? I'm looking for people that want to make six figures. Okay? But so if you're not happy at the end of the week, I'll give you $9 back. So basically, it could be free. If that's what you're looking for, that's it. And you know what? I might even do something else. If you register right now, the next 10 people that register right now, how about this? I will talk to you on the phone. And we'll have a free consultation with me so I can review your trades, see what you're doing, know about you, so you don't have to hide behind anybody's windows. How about that? Was that worth it for $9? Is that worth $9? Okay? So please don't make me cheat myself and make me sound like a salesman, because I hate doing that. I just love what I do, but I hate seeing people lose money because of ignorance. Go out there, pay the $9, do the trial, because if you're a swing trader, let me tell you, you better learn how to day trade first. If you're an options trader, you better damn learn how to trade a stock first, because the movement of the stock that makes an option move. And as a bonus, I want to tell you this. I know a lot of you here say, because one of you asked me, does this work for futures? Listen to me, okay? If you're doing something more than 30 to 60 days, it's not working. If you don't see a profit, you're wasting your time. It's time for a change. A couple of people are registered here. Marshall Miller just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Scott Rogers got your registration. Welcome aboard. Walter Lee, here are the people. You can see the people registering right here. Walter Leach got your registration. These are all people just registering right now. There you go. Marshall, Sandy, see all these people coming in right here, all these minutes? All right, good. Thank you very much. Appreciate the vote of confidence. And listen, for the people that are registering, don't forget, you guys qualified. When you talk to education advisor, he'll make an appointment with you. I'm very strict with time, okay? Because I got thousands of traders out there, but I'm always looking to recruit. I know you don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. But get in the room, learn immediately. It's Monday. We're probably going to, I do my appointments on Wednesdays and Thursdays. If you have to wait till Friday, you're pretty much wasting our time. If you only need 1 hour in the room. That's it, 1 hour, okay? When you start seeing that, you're going to be, I don't know if you're going to be more pissed off in a way of like, why you didn't know this before, or pissed off somebody else, or be very thankful that you finally found someone that's going to teach you how to do, taught you something that you knew existed that you never seen before. Because that was one of the questions that did come up. One of the questions came up, people asked me like, why does nobody talk about this? You know why they don't talk about it? This is what you need to do, because I know you're a smart person. Why don't you go look at their resume? Where did they learn how to trade? Who taught them? And who endorses them? Most of these people are not traders. They got a lot of funding. Listen, I'm not here to bash anyone. It's not good business, but they sound good on TV. They look good on whatever. They got great lighting. They spend money on Google AdWords. You know, they advertise. You know what? Do your homework, okay? But for $9, I think you could afford that with a money-back guarantee and with the opportunity to go out there and show you, like I said, how to follow the money, because it's all about following the money. I mean, that's where it comes down to it. Any other questions? Yeah, I mean, yes. The question is, one person says, I'm overwhelmed with ignorance. My brain is spilling out. Well, listen, that's okay. You're not the only one that's been there and done that. You know what I mean? But it's time to listen. How many of you are making money in the market right now? Okay, honestly, and just look at it. Don't you want to know and get read a book that maybe some of you want? Don't you want to meet people that are very successful at it? Don't you want to learn from people that are not successful at it? Because it's time to move on from those people. And it's time to learn how to just follow the orders. Listen, I'm not going to come back to you and tell you, look at this indicator. I'm the best. I invented this. Listen, when I'm done with you, you're going to learn within a couple of. The hardest thing to teach people are bad habits. But once you learn that and get through that and try to stop making something you learned in the past to make it back, and you move on and just, hey, listen, got to start fresh. It's like listen, if you think, marriage is expensive, try a divorce. Okay? All right? So trading is no different. It's time when you got to know you got to move on with your life and start fighting and try to make it back, then go out there and learn from people that know what they're doing. I mostly trade dividend stocks. Can this help me find good dividend stocks? Yes, and there are a couple of good dividend stocks that we do trade. Like one of them that I own right now is called CSQ. It pays like 9% every month interest on it, but you could trade it, and there are times when if you see where the orders are, listen, just because it pays a good dividend doesn't mean you want to pay a lot of money for it, because, if the stock goes down and you pay the dividend, it might not be a wash and it's still be a loss. There's some great opportunities. So yes, that does answer your question. I lost this year more than 9 and paper trades and made one good trade. Well, what are you waiting for? Sign up then. $9. I think you signed up. I think you were there. I don't know who your name is because I see it as under W, but we'll know who W is when you come in the trading room. A few more people just registered. Richard Hoyer just got your registration. Thank you very much. Len just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Jennifer got your registration. Thank you. All right, guys, listen, I got to get ready for my trade. I want to get back into the trading room. It's your last opportunity, $9 1 week. Here's all the good stuff that you're going to get. You're going to get my book. You're going to get hundreds of hours of workshops and libraries. You're going to get 3 pro workshops. It's going to teach you how to trade with level 3, how to get it, how to use level 4, all that good stuff. And also, as a bonus, like I told you, if you did register, if you're the first 10 people, I will do a conference call with you and do a free consultation. All right? So that pretty much does it. Go out there, make an investment towards your future. Hold on. I just X out of my PowerPoint by accident. And let's go start making some money together. All right, everybody? So in the meantime, thank you very much. Gus, you registered on Friday. Thank you very much. I appreciate a vote of confidence. Glad you're back here again. Gus, don't forget, hopefully you spoke to your education advisor and you did, let me just, make sure you spoke to your education advisor and booked your appointment, okay? Just so you got that. You have a call tomorrow? Good. All right. I'm very interested. Shortly, I will be trading a full-time 2 to 3 times a week. Therefore, I'm a serious trader, a lot of experience. I have a lot of good to improve on my probability. I've IPK brokerage firm, learn it. I really like what you're saying. Well, Michael, thank you very much, Mike. You know what I mean? Here, let me just share that. That's a great comment. Thank you very much, Mike, for that. Listen, the only problem is, I know some of you probably want to push it off and not ready yet. Listen, if you buy the trial now, you don't have to start right away. You could push it off next week or 2 weeks. But I know that eventually you might forget about us. And then 1 week becomes 2 weeks, 2 weeks become 2 months, 2 months become 2 years. So just register now, get our alerts. You'll get an alert service, everything else. Start it when you want to start it then, and then take it from there. But you got to, like I said, just don't push it off. All right. 2 more people just registered right now. I'm just seeing them right here. You can see them registered. Olson got your registration. Thank you very much. Chatina, Gregory just got your registration. Welcome aboard. All right. Thank you very much. All right, guys. I'll see you on the trading room. If you did not register, that's okay. I'm not going to get offended by it. Just please, you got to learn before you can earn. Find some gurus, take a couple classes with certain people, and then when you're ready to come back, we'll be here. All right? So enjoy the rest of your holidays. Go enjoy Thanksgiving. Don't see you for Christmas. And for the traders that registered, fasten your seatbelt, everyone. We're going to have a piss on when you get in the trading room, because what you saw today, you haven't seen nothing yet. When I start showing you stocks that are up 30, 50, 200% on the day, and you want to wonder if they're going to continue to go higher, and you start seeing these buyers and sellers go out there, and you see these support resistance levels get broken because these big orders are out there, and you keep focusing on the past, focusing on the future, you're going to be shocked and be overwhelmed, and hopefully it's going to change your life for the better. So welcome aboard, and look forward to teaching all of you. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.